Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Abby Joe and you guys are watching Everything Beautiful and listening to it as well. And I am here with Christian pop artist Amie Aitkens, and thank you so much for joining us, Amie.
You're very welcome.
Hey, so for the first question we have for you, who is Amie Aitkens and where are you from? How did you get started in music? And also, how did you come to know the Lord?
Oh gosh. So I'm Amie Aitkens. I'm a Christian artist from Scotland, if you can't tell from the accent. And how did I get into music? I spent a lot of time with the church worship band. I kind of trained doing worship in church for 5 or 6 years. And when I was about to move to Brazil, I decided to do some concerts to raise money to help me to move out and do mission. And we had so much fun just doing concerts that we just kind of kept going. And eventually I decided to write my own songs, and the band agreed to come with me and play. So, yeah, we just kind of started one day and didn't stop.
Very,
I was kind of raised in the church. My parents brought me up in the church, and I made a commitment when I was 12 years old and got baptized when I was 13, and kind of just always grew up knowing God and made that decision for myself. So
very,
yeah.
very cool. For someone who wants to pursue music, what would your advice be to them?
Work hard. It's a lot of work, and people get discouraged, I think, because they just want the fun stuff. They want to do the concerts and have all the fun side, but it's a lot of hard work. So you have to get into it with at least a 5-year plan and be prepared to do a lot of work. Um, and some of it's boring, but you have to do the boring stuff in order to get the good stuff. So uh, work on your skills, work on your instruments, your craft, your songwriting, and just the more you do, the better you'll get.
Very cool. That's very good advice. Very good. You have a new EP out called Audience of One. What can you tell us about that?
Audience of One is my first EP, and it's very much an experiment in songwriting for me. These are the first songs I've recorded, and it was really for me to see how my songwriting came across in recordings and how people would respond to them and how they would sound on radio. It's had a really good response so far, which is encouraging, and people are asking when the next one's coming. So I think that's a sign that it's doing well and that I should do some more.
Very cool. Well, I absolutely love it, so I really think you did a great job on it.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're very welcome. And we want to talk about two of your songs that we have that we're going to be playing on the show on Monday. And they are called Meet My Maker and This I Know. What can you tell us about them?
So This I Know was the first one that I recorded, and it's many people would know the chorus. It's a very old Sunday school song, and it's just one that my mom would sing to me a lot, and that I kind of really connected to personally. It's got my testimony kind of rewritten into it. So that's a very personal testimony song. Meet My Maker is one that I love because it was a breakthrough for my writing style. It was when I gave up trying to sound like Hillsong and worship band and decided just to sound like me instead. So it's a song about defiance against people who try to stop you from doing what you're supposed to do and try to make you something you're not. So I like it because it's kind of me being defiant, but in a good way.
Yes. Well, that's one of my favorite songs right now, so I love it. Let's see here. What do you hope your fans take away from this new album?
Oh gosh, there's some really kind of mixed messages in there, but I think the theme that probably runs through it the most is um, being true to your sense of who God is, and even when the world around you is pushing you about and trying to knock you sideways, that you just have to grasp God as you know Him, and and hold on with all that you can. I kind of wrote it out of a time of feeling probably a bit abandoned by God and being a bit challenged by the world, but holding on, doing that kind of holding on to God with all that you've got. So I would hope they would hear that through
Yeah. Um, you are planning to do a tour called Home for Good. Where can people book you and get in contact with your manager about more info for this tour?
All tour bookings can come through my website, which is amieaitken.com, or tweet me. I'll send you in the right direction, or Facebook me. Whatever way you get in touch, we will work it out.
Very cool. So our mission for Everything Beautiful is to let girls know that they are beautiful in God's eyes. How would you define true beauty?
It's definitely not from haircuts. We were talking earlier. I've just had my hair cut, and it's a disaster. So I'm not very happy about that right now. But unfortunately, it's not the end of the world.
And
Um, I find real beauty, in girls particularly comes from character. I find the women that I find most beautiful are the people who are true to their own character, who are compassionate to other people, who just seek to build people up and not to knock people down. So I think beauty comes from the way that we treat one another and the joy that we find in God as well.
very cool. It's a great answer. I really feel like the same, but as what you were saying, I feel like a lot of girls are just beautiful the way they are. They just need to be themselves. So, but for girls that are struggling with self-image, what would be your advice to them?
Don't go to my hairdresser. It's a hard one. I mean, I guess at school, being a redhead is not a good thing in this country. We get a hard time.
Oh,
But I know, I had a hard time. But I remember in school, being jealous of what would be like the really popular pretty girls, but in the end I realized, like, me and my friends, we had a good time, we were happy, we enjoyed each other's company, and we didn't have any kind of false expectations, and I realized that was worth far more than looking a certain way, because that will never last. And if people are only interested in you for how you look, your friendships aren't going to be very real. And I learned kind of early on to value true friendship where people are just love you for who you are, and the gifts that you have, and everything that you bring to the world. And it's hard to struggle with how you look, but at the end of the day, we have to find that beauty that comes inside and not outside.
definitely. I love that so much. Um, let's see here. Let me see if you have any questions on Twitter real quick and see if you have any questions there. Um,
Everyone's like, "Where's your hairdresser?"
Where's your
I want to
hairdresser?
know.
And by the way, I would love to have your red hair because red hair is awesome. It probably wouldn't
Love it.
suit me very well though, but even though I do have green
Yeah.
eyes, I don't know.
It's like really red.
Well, I love it. It's beautiful, and yeah, I would definitely love it. So, let's
I
see.
love it.
Yeah, I do too. What color eyes do you have? Are they green or brown?
Kind of green, gray. Yeah.
Cool. I love green eyes. Not many people have green eyes, so it's very rare. That means,
That's true. I was in Holland for New Year, and we went to the science center where they can test. They do a test that tells you. It sounds really stupid, but like how unique you are. So you put in all the traits that you have, like what color hair, what color of eyes,
hmm
whether you're left-handed, all these kind of things. And then they gave you a statistic for like how many people in the world had your kind of combination. So mine was pretty low. Mine was like 8% or something,
oh
kind
my
of combination of red hair and green eyes and all the other things. So there you go.
That is crazy. I wonder what that's like here in America. I should probably research that and see. That'd be a good
I do,
idea.
yeah. I imagine wherever the Irish are, you will find some redheads.
Yes.
There's a good
Um.
Irish influx.
Okay, I have another question for you. Who are your inspirations in music?
Oh gosh. Sarah Bareilles is probably the biggest musical influence for me. Girl with a piano, just the right amount of sass. I really pop artist, but she's very clever in her lyrics. She's very witty and um, very good musician, good writer.
Hmm.
And Jimmy Needham is another big one. I don't know how kind of well known he is in the States, but um, Jimmy Needham was another one, just like an amazing songwriter, great pop songs, really good kind of lyrics and music, and these guys just showed me that music can be fun, but it can also have a good message and teach kind of scripture well within it. So they're definitely inspirations.
Very cool. And do you play
That's
any?
like my target one day to tour with Jimmy Needham.
That would
I'm
be
working
cool.
on it.
That would be very cool.
Yeah,
And
working on it.
do you have any instruments that you play?
I play piano, so when we're on tour, I'm always playing. I try and get a few songs where I don't play and we have someone do guitar, but generally it's me and the piano.
Very cool. I love that. How long have you been playing?
Oh, since I was about 7, my mom plays and she taught me for a while, so I learned, did my exams when I was younger, and I wouldn't say I'm a proper musician, like I'm not so great reading music and knowing scales and stuff, but I'm a good musician by ear, so if you start playing something, I can kind of join in and pick things out, and that serves well for worship actually. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like amazing. Not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, it's kind of a skill that comes from, playing in the worship band because you have to be very flexible. You can have any number of different instruments in the band on the day. So normally the guitar kind of drives the rhythm and the piano fits around it. But then sometimes if there's a violin, the piano has to pull out because violin does all the kind of nice embellishments and things. So I kind of learned over years just listening to where it should come in and fall back, and that really trained my ears um, more than my theory, I would say.
Yeah, I took piano
Yeah.
for like 3 years, 2 years, and yeah, I did not. I mean, I loved playing piano. Don't get me wrong, but it like the theory it was not very good. Like we would have to take tests and stuff like that. So yeah, it didn't go very well.
Yeah, actually, I just stopped doing them.
Did you like theory or?
No,
Mm,
no,
I
I
don't think
ignored
much theory.
that stuff. It's very important, and I kind of wish I was better at it, but it takes time. I'm not willing to give at the minute. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, it is a good thing. It's important for
It is.
piano. And then on the
Yeah.
other hand, it's not that important because it's boring. But
But then, like I said, the boring stuff is important stuff. But I never wanted to do music professionally, so that's why I didn't really invest in the training. Just goes to
until
show you.
now. That's funny. Let's see here. Let's see if I have any more questions real quick. Um, my Facebook is really slow, so I apologize. um, um, ooh, here's a good question. What is your favorite Bible verse and why?
My favorite verse is in Psalm 1, in my mother's womb, and you know me.
You're frozen.
That I was on Earth, like he'd had to change his plans because suddenly I had appeared, and I love that verse because it just encourages me and the other kind of foster families that I work with that
Yeah,
um, God knew about us long ago. We didn't surprise him in the slightest, and that's just really encouraging for me. So I love that verse.
very cool. Um, looking for another question real quick. They didn't have too many, so I'm trying to um, do a few more that are coming to my head as well as Facebook real quick. So, um, um, I can hear my echo on your side.
Oh, maybe I should turn it down a little bit. How's that? Oops.
Oh
Uh,
no, good, good. I'm just like, I hear myself. That's interesting. Let's see here. Um, what is your favorite song to perform live?
hmm. My favorite one to do live is probably Take My Hand. It's kind of different from the way it is in the EP. We kind of slow it down and chill it out a little bit. And there's a really nice instrumental section that we put in the middle where I've
Mhm.
got a little piano solo, and I love it because we just jam out. And I love in rehearsals. My drummer doesn't know he does it, but he has a kind of shoulder shimmy going on. I think it's like he's trying to dance. And usually he's behind me, but I know that he's doing it, and I laugh because I know in my head that he's doing it, and I think it's funny. So yeah, I like that. We just have a nice moment where we're just kind of jamming, and it's a good one vocally as well. If I'm singing around the house, that's usually the one I would be singing. So yeah, take probably.
Very cool. That sounds like a good song. I don't think I've actually heard that one yet. I need to go check it out. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, that one was very inspired by Jimmy Needham, and it's one that I wrote really early on before we started touring. It's the one that we've been performing the longest, and over time it's just become its own kind of song. It's very different from how we did it in the start, but like every tour we just change something, we do something a bit different, and I never get bored of it. So yeah, it's kind of my fave.
Very cool. Do you have a favorite Christian song that you like to listen to a lot?
Ooh, what have I been listening to?
There's a
I
lot of
think
music out there.
Um, Clear the Stage by Jimmy Needham is a really good one. It was written by, I think it was written by Ross King, and Jimmy Needham put it on his Clear the Stage album. And it's just that kind of, there's a tagline. It says you can sing all you want to and still get it wrong because worship is more than a song. And it
Mhm.
just kind of keeps my brain in the right place and reminds me that, you know, because I come off stage and I sang really badly and I messed this one up, and but that song kind of reminds me it doesn't really matter. It's about what you communicate and express and where your heart really is in the performance. So it's a good one for keeping my theology and my ego in check.
Very cool. That's awesome. Um, let's see here. And since it's the new year, what have been your New Year's resolutions?
So my New Year's resolution is to eat better. I love eating.
Everyone.
I love food, but I'm kind of lazy with it. So I'm doing well so far. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see all my healthy food for the last 2 days. Um,
Last 2 days.
yeah, I just get really lazy and convenience becomes my priority. So I'm trying to find ways to be healthy without it being a huge hassle. So
Yeah.
and my other resolution is to move house. So I'm looking for a new house and trying to move and be a little bit more of a grown up this year. Or try anyway. I'm gonna try and be a grown up this year.
And try to be. It's alright. I have to try to be an adult too. It's not
It's
fun.
hard.
It is. It really is hard. But I mean, I guess we have to deal with it now that we're in our 20s
Yeah.
now. So, um, and then, how would you describe your music?
I'd say uh, kind of pop soul. I mean, it took me a long time to admit it to myself.
Right.
But I'm a pop artist. I just love catchy songs and think like Jason Mraz, I would call him kind of pop acoustic, and I guess I would like to fit into that bracket of um, songs that are good pop but still very organic with how they're put together. So I don't love over processed
Mhm.
stuff. I like that kind of sound. So I guess a kind of acoustic pop soul I'm gonna go for. If that's a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I mean, you could totally just make it up because, yeah, you could just make it up.
Yeah,
I consider it
why
a
not?
thing. So
Yeah,
you're
because I went to see Jason Mraz this year, and I'm seeing him again in a few weeks.
very cool.
And although they're like a very acoustic band, they're just such a great sound and a really full sound. Because people can think acoustic means one guitar with like hardly anything going on, but
Right.
but his band do it really well with Raining Jane. So I kind of aspire to that acoustic, organic, but still a good full pop sound. I'm
Yeah.
working on it.
Well, you're doing a great job. So, let's see here. How would you describe your year for 2015 in one word?
Adventurous, I think.
Very good.
That's what I'm striving for. Just I like to push myself, raise the bar a little bit every year. So yeah, I'm gonna say adventurous.
Very cool. I'm sadly not that adventurous. I need to be though. Oh man.
It's scary, but it's good. You learn some new stuff.
Yeah. I need to be adventurous though, like this year. So hopefully that will end up working out.
Just go for it. Just set yourself some crazy resolutions and go for it.
Like
Why
climb a
not?
mountain. No, just kidding. I'm so
Well,
kidding.
sure, if you want to.
No, I am not. Now that's something I would not do. I wouldn't skydive. I wouldn't jump out of an
Oh no,
airplane. No, I'm afraid of
no. I
heights.
like that scare me, but are not a risk to my life. I would
Yeah,
say.
really, really. The
Yeah,
only thing that I would do is like roller
adventure,
coasters.
not the death-defying kind.
Yeah, no, not at all. The
Yeah.
only thing that I would do is like roller coasters or something. I wouldn't do anything
Oh, I
death.
hate those.
You don't like roller coasters?
Oh no, no, no. I like my stomach where it should be. I don't like the up and the down, and oh no,
You're getting
not at
sick
all.
just thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like amusement parks? Like, do you like
No,
games and
I
stuff
hate
that
them. I
play?
hate them so much.
Tell us how
Just
you.
I've never actually been on a roller coaster, but it appeals
How
to
do you
me
know?
so little, but I just don't even want to do it because I know how I feel. I don't travel well on buses.
Oh.
So I reckon if I can't handle a bus, a roller coaster is probably not a good idea.
So you get car sick then?
Well, I'm good in cars. I'm okay in cars, usually as long as I'm in the front, and I'm okay with planes, and uh, generally okay with bigger boats. Buses, I don't know what it is, just
That is so
don't have
weird.
a good time.
It's the same thing as a car,
Yeah,
but bigger. That's weird.
I think though the car there's actually less kind of jiggling about and bumps and I don't know,
Yeah,
just never done well on buses.
yeah. I don't get car sick, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. We have a few minutes left. Let's see here. If you could tour with any Christian artist, who would it be? Or collaborate with?
Ooh. Hmm. Gosh, that's a hard one. I mean, I kind of want to say Jimmy Needham. Uh, it makes it sound like he's the only person I listen to. He's not, but maybe Audrey is sad. I quite like her. She's kind of chilled, a wee bit more mellow, but I think she's a very wise person. I feel like I'd learn a lot from her.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love it. um, let's see here. I think that is all we have. So, Amy, thank you so much for hanging out. It was a blast. And
It's been a pleasure.
one more question. Where can people find you online?
Um, everywhere, I would hope. If you want to chat, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and my music is also on iTunes. And we have a cool website over here called eatthecd.com, which has a lot of Scottish Christian artists. You can find me on there. And also, anybody who's in Scandinavia can find me on Jfish. So, plenty of places. Just Google me, you'll find me.
All right. Well, thank you so much again for hanging out, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.